Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. We are in Bourbon Santa's workshop, and we're going to do a review of Barrel King. Now, I've done Barrel King before, and I did a single barrel unfinished 6.5-year-old bourbon, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was one of the best MGP single barrels that I've ever. So this is the second bottle that I've gotten from them, and it's 118.8 proof, and they did a short batch of this. This is MGP 6.5-year-old bourbon that's been finished in Stagg Jr batch 15 barrels. So as soon as they told me that they were doing this, that they were finishing MGP bourbon in Stagg Jr barrels, I thought, I have to try it. I have to taste that. So, of course, when it was my turn to order what I wanted this month, I said, I'll take 2 of these. Now, this is dark as hell. Dark as hell. And from what I had of the first single barrel that was 6.5 years old, I loved that. So this one finished in Stagg Jr. Let's go. Now, I tried the neck pour, and then I poured a couple samples out of this. I'm sampling this whole bottle out to my patrons, and I just wanted to get some air in this bottle so that I could give it a good tasty taste and nosy nose for this review. So here we go. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. I'm into it. This smells like... I'm kind of at a loss. I'm at a loss to explain this whiskey, because a lot of the Stagg Jr profile did come over, but the MGP is shining through that. And I did a comparison. I only have a batch 12 Stagg Jr, and I have my regular single barrel, and I tried them all together, and there was a lot of Stagg Jr that came through. And I thought, well, I could do that whole comparison for this video, and I decided not to. I decided to just drink this, just nose this by itself, because it stands on its own as its own thing, and whatever. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of Stagg Jr that came through. On the nose, I get so many things at once. I get buttered popcorn, I get orange peel, I get toffee, I get cherry Coke, or more accurately, like a cherry cream soda. Like, it's just wild. It's making my mouth water so hard that I keep having to swallow. There is spiciness, and some of that sharp edge spiciness is coming from the Stagg profile, because I can distinctly pick it up when I do the comparison, and the MGP is a lot sweeter and softer and rounder. This has got a sprig of rye running through the middle of it. Just this gorgeous sprig of rye. Have you ever tasted Benedictine? Or smelled it? I get hints of that on this. I mean, just wild. That orange is like a funky, sweet, but tart orange. It's almost like an orange candy of some kind. Plenty of vanilla. And that cream soda note. Let's taste it. Let's go. Oh. I went to describe what I was feeling, and then I got hit with another wave of flavor. Orange marmalade that transitions into a beautiful rye that it's soda syrup on the palate more than like the cream soda or the cherry Coke. It's the syrup that makes the cola. It's thick and viscous and a little rough around the edges. Oh, that's just candy sweet, caramel coated, sugar drenched, but still spicy and still has some bite, some tooth to it. That's just friggin' awesome. What an interesting whiskey. Who else is finishing in Stagg Jr barrels? Nobody else has done it. I haven't seen anyone else do it. So, and you know, finishing MGP in Stagg Jr barrels. I mean, talk about a tater. And don't worry about the FOMO. They are doing additional batches of this. They got multiple Stagg Jr barrels, and they're finishing multiple single barrels of MGP in those Stagg barrels. And then the next releases will be even longer finished. They did them all, I guess, at once, and this is the first release from the first barrel, and they're going to have additionally aged Stagg Jr Finished coming up in future releases. So get into it, check it out. It's just one of the most interesting bourbons that I've had this year. And interestingly enough, both of the bottles that I've gotten from Barrel King so far have been two of the most interesting bottles that I've had this year. And that sucks for everybody else. It's great for them, you know, because there's other very expensive whiskeys coming out all the time, and they're getting beat by a little company out of Missouri who's buying MGP and getting really great barrels out of MGP. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're getting barrels this good. Now, these are a little on the expensive side. They're not quite 4-gate expensive, not even close, because 4-gate's up north of $200. These are just north of $100. And somehow they're getting phenomenal whiskey. You know, I think this is on par with some of the 4-gate stuff I've had, possibly even better. And I know that Master and Drum compared some of their stuff in a Patreon video recently to some Old Carter whiskeys, and I can't argue with that. This is phenomenal stuff. So check them out, see what you think. And another way to check them out is to jump into my Patreon, because I'm going to be getting bottles of this stuff every month from Barrel King, and then I chop up at least one of the bottles that I get for my Patreon crew and other bottles along with them. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. See you soon.